Media Complex. On air at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Online at kernradio.com. Now, here is your host, JR.
Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I am host JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. You can download the Kern Radio app to your smart device. Take us anywhere you go. Plus, we're streaming live on YouTube. Just head over to YouTube, search up Kern Radio, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Come along on the ride with us every day. We are live at 2:05. Plus, follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just search Kern Radio. I am also out there. JR Flores, or why not JR? We have a great show for you lined up today. Of course, we will discuss the election results from last night, mainly concerning California and Prop 50. I am looking at a map right now on the TV screen that shows the difference and what will happen. And I will give you my thoughts. Not only that, but we'll speak with our guest, Mr. Christian Romo. He is the chair of the Kern County Democratic Party. I texted him. I said, hey, you want to come on at 2:30? He said, heck yeah, I do. You can imagine he's a bit excited after last night's results, not only here in California, but in New York with the mayor's race in there and different governors' races. I can assure you he was very excited to come on. We'll also talk about the Bakersfield Police Department's I don't know. I think he's been maybe not been let go, suspended. I hope he is in custody currently. We're talking about Bakersfield Police Detective Mark Lugo, who is currently on trial or about to go on trial for a child pornography case. We will go over the details on that. And not only that, but yesterday a judge was ready to grant a release, say that he can go home. We'll ask the question on whether he deserves to go home. He's got one of the best attorneys, of course he does, Mr. David Torres, who I adore. I always have to ask the question, why do you defend these kind of guys? I guess everybody deserves, you know what I mean, a defense and proper defense. So David Torres now in the corner for Bakersfield Police, or former or suspended Bakersfield Police Department Detective Mark Lugo. Will talk about that. And the sexiest man alive from People magazine. Is he gay? I heard he was gay, Chris. Is he gay? I always have to go to Chris to get my...
I'm sorry. What,
is he gay or not?
Who are we talking about?
Why
am I the wheel? Hold on. I'm not trusting the actual crowd.
I know. I knew you weren't paying attention. That's why I was like, watch me get Chris, because he's got like and I know how it is back there because I've sat back there, so I know you always have three things going on, and so I was like, he can't hear me right now.
I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me, but you weren't paying attention. Like you just listen for cues at that point, and it was like, wait a second, what? No, People has announced their sexiest man alive, and I just heard he was gay, so I just wanted to confirm whether or not that was true or not.
I don't know who this
so
is.
I said we'll defer to Chris Burdick.
100% sure why I became the expert.
Because you got Google in front of you.
Who is this now? I'm not sure who they is.
I don't even know what his name is, to be honest. I didn't write it down. All I saw was sexiest man alive. And then somebody said, yeah, he's gay. And I at first was like, no big deal, but is it, Kenny? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Jonathan Bailey?
Sure.
Oh, sure.
Any relation to Ralph Bailey?
This man is white as the bottom of a shark.
So. Well, you know, it just doesn't. Well, Ralph's not. Never mind. Never mind. Let me tell you about my morning before I dig myself a hole any further. I was out at the opening of the Holiday Cottage for the Kern County Human Services. They have a little cottage over on Wilson Road, and we've teamed up here at American General Media and with our American General Media community partners, have teamed up with the Kern County Human Services Department. And like I said, they do a holiday cottage every year. It's located over on Wilson Road. If you want to go in, the idea is basically they have, and I'll post it on our social media later because I was down there for the press conference and the ribbon cutting. But they have wishes on the wall from foster kids that are in foster care throughout Kern County. Many of these kids may be staying at the Jameson Center or something. We've gone down there and have met some of these kids and some of the things that they want. And so down at the offices down on Wilson, you can go in and they have just these little notes, and it has the child's name and how old they are, and it says a couple of wishes that they want for Christmas. And you can go in, just pick one off, and you go out and you go shopping and you pick up these items, and then you bring them back to the location there. And some kids that maybe won't have as much for Christmas will now have something because of the fine folks of Kern County. And we're asking you guys' help in this. Not only can you go down there, but you can come by the office or go to kernradio.com, get more information on ways you can donate or how you can participate. But it is the 38th annual holiday cottage put on by the Kern County Human Services, and it's running now. It started today, November 5th through December 15th. And that is located at 3043 Wilson Road. That is Wilson and Weibel. There is an old shopping center there. There's a little office that they have. You can't miss it. The sign is up. It says Holiday Cottage. Not only that, you can go to kernholidaycottage.com to choose more specific wishes online if you can't make it down there. So no excuses. Well, I couldn't get down there, JR, to pick a wish. Well, you can go online. And if you can watch this show on your phone on YouTube, you can too go online to kernholidaycottage.com or go over to kernradio.com. We have all the links up there as well. You can get more information on how you can make a wish come true for a kid in foster care this year. And I have a feeling it's going to be the beginning of a beautiful friendship between us and the Holiday Cottage. So look forward to more and more as the years go on. But if you want to make a difference this year, and they have kids ranging all the way from newborns to 21. They have the youngsters, and I was listening to a little girl the other day. One little girl just wanted a dollhouse for her dolls, and maybe some stuff to put in the dollhouse, some furniture. Another kid just wanted a Barbie and a chameleon, which I thought was cute for some reason. I was like, I don't know if they allow pets down there. I don't know about a chameleon, but we'll see what we can do. But to get on over to 3043 Wilson Road, Holiday Cottage, go to kernradio.com, kernpartnership.com. You can also give monetary donations and find out more wishes there as well, or kernholidaycottage.com. Many ways that you can get involved. So help us out. We'll remind you that as the campaign continues, and you'll hear actually some of the wishes and some of the commercials of some of the kids that you can help out. So we know that you are kind. You are the best listeners in all of Kern County, the most generous. We know that through your giving of Honor Flight and all that. So we ask that you kindly go down and make a donation in kind of Kern Radio and American General Media. We'll take a quick break here, early break, get to the other side and handle some news locally. Mark Lugo, Bakersfield Police Detective, facing child pornography charges. He was having conversations with a 15-year-old in South Carolina on Instagram. I'll give you my thoughts. A judge set to release the detective on house arrest. The U.S. Attorney's Office has filed a motion to keep him in jail. In jail he sits until that motion is heard. I'll tell you more about that on the other side of the break. Plus, Christian Romo, chair of the Kern County Democratic Party, will stop by and do a victory lap because Proposition 51. I just have one question. I dropped off my ballot last night at 7:56. Put it right in the drop box, right in front of Kern County elections, right down there at the Kern County offices. Got inside my car, started driving home. I got an alert on my phone before I even pulled into my garage that said, Prop 50 passed. What? I just dropped off my ballot. What do you mean it passed already? I know they haven't counted all those things in there. Does my vote even count anymore? We will discuss after the break. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. The Ralph Bailey Show. Weekdays from 3 till 6 p.m.
I need
Not
some water.
only do I think it's the
Can't talk,
greatest
y'all.
World Series, beating the 75 series, where Carlton Fisk was yelling, go fair, but I think it was the greatest Game 7, and I think Yoshinobu Yamamoto's 3 wins in World Series is the greatest World Series performance ever.
On News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
It's Tuesday, and that means 2 more days to get to the Stockyard. What's the Stockyard? Well, it's the little speakeasy whiskey bar right next door to Casey's Steakhouse. 2525 F Street, open Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays, 6 p.m. to close. Go up, ring the doorbell. They're going to ask you what's the password. Tell them, why not JR? Walk inside, be transported to the Prohibition era. We're talking about bookcases with secret passageways. Not only that, you can get some of the great food from Casey's Steakhouse. Say you want some steak bites. Say you want a shrimp cocktail. All that's available, plus specialty cocktails. Get the whiskey sour, one of my favorites. Haley at the bar will take care of you. Not to mention, they have a banquet room attached to the place. You want to throw a holiday party, maybe a bridal shower, any occasion, they got you covered. It's the Stockyard, 2525 F Street, open Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. Live music on the weekends. Come in and check it out. I'll be there. Tell the password, why not JR? It's the Stockyard.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-285-2521. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-285-2521, 800-285-2521, 800-285-2521.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results vary. Consult with your tax professional prior to enrollment.
It's a winter wonderland of sweets at DeWars. See the spectacular twinkling Christmas lights and enjoy festive decorations and hot chocolate from November 3rd through January 5th. Treat your family to handmade candies and holiday ice cream flavors. Write your letters to Santa starting November 29th, every Saturday and Sunday from 4 to 8 p.m. until Christmas. Snap photos and make memories that will melt your heart, just like our ice cream. DeWars, where Christmas fun, light, and sweetness comes to life. Only at DeWars, 2700 Callaway Drive.
Gun safes on sale. TNT Liberty Safes Black Friday sale is happening now all month long. TNT has the Centurion 24 that holds up to 24 long guns for $899, or the USA 50 that holds up to 50 long guns for $1,999. TNT also has many scratch and dents and closeouts in stock while supplies last. Go to TNTLibertySafe.com and check out TNT's Black Friday full lineup of American-made gun safes. Or stop by TNT showroom at 6201 Knudsen Drive, 2 doors north of Hodel's. TNT, saving lives one safe at a time.
The Armstrong and Getty Show, weekdays noon to 2 on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the JR Show.
It's like you got into my head, Chris. It's like we've worked together long enough where I swear I was gonna come in and just give me 90s alternative today, dude. I just feel it for some reason. And then you play Creep.
I felt it also kind of fit with the next story we're going to be talking about.
Well, yeah, he is a creep. This guy, my goodness, welcome back. It is the JR Show. But yeah, just give me some. What else was I going to tell you to play? Pearl Jam. What was the other? And Soundgarden.
Actually, I was just about to play.
See, look at it.
They're going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Are they now?
Yeah, that's the news.
Really?
Well, that's the latest I've heard.
No, that's awesome.
Scott was complaining about it this morning.
Why?
He doesn't think that they're rock and roll, but I'm also like, there hasn't been an actual rock and roll Hall of Fame in a long time. I'm pretty sure at this point it's just Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think we could take the rock and roll off of it and just call it the Music Hall of Fame.
I mean, when Run DMC got in there,
right.
I think we kind of got rid of all that.
Yeah, and they started letting like R&B and Motown. Like, yeah, no, let's just get rid of the rock and roll part and call it the Music Hall of Fame. But Soundgarden is rock and roll.
Oh yeah, 100%. I always
what are you talking about?
I don't know. Again, it's Scott. So
he's a hipster. That
guy,
he
is 100%.
He is the biggest hipster I know.
He is the oldest hipster on the planet.
Oldest hipster and the biggest hipster. He was, and he'll tell you he was hipster before hipster.
Yeah, he still hates hipsters. Somehow.
And then he hates hipsters because that's what hipsters do, though. But yeah, play me just a little bit of Soundgarden. Just not Black Hole Sun either, though.
No. Although I love that song.
No, that's a great song. It's a great song. That Radiohead song is my theme song. You're funny, Rusty. You're funny. But yes, it fits. No, but it does fit this next guy that I'm about to talk about. He is a Bakersfield Police Detective, and not just any police detective. He's on the Special Victims Unit. The people that this detective was assigned to help, he was also victimizing somewhere else, which makes it even more just outrageous. Like, wait a second. Not only you are a police detective, so eventually you're going to get caught, but you're a Special Victims Unit police detective that deals with these very natures of crimes that you are committing. If you don't know what we're talking about, Detective Lugo or Legault, I'm not sure how to pronunciate it, allegedly instructed a 15-year-old girl in South Carolina to send him sexually explicit images and videos. The material was found on cell phones belonging to him by digital forensic examiners with the Secret Service office, according to the criminal complaint. It says Lugo used apps to hide the material. He was in contact with this 15-year-old for quite some time over Instagram. When they were reading some of the text messages in court, he just kept his head down because he knew what he was doing was wrong. He not only knew that what he was doing was wrong because he was a detective, but he had told the girl at one point, hey, look, I have to stop this. It's bad. And we shouldn't be doing this. And if you can, delete everything from your phone because, just please, let's not do this anymore. But like most child predators, they can't help themselves. A month later, he was back to contacting her, back to asking her to send her videos and pictures. And then the judge decides, because the Bakersfield Police Detective has a great lawyer, like I said, David Torres, who, if I'm ever in trouble, there's two calls. H.A. Sala and David Torres. But he's obtained the services of Mr. Torres, who got him out. Essentially, the judge said, "Yeah, you can go. You're on house arrest." There's stipulations to the house arrest. He's got to provide a DNA sample. He can't travel. He has to stay at least 100 feet away from areas where children are normally present, schools, playgrounds, parks, etc. And he's restricted from contacting the victim unless approved by the pretrial services office. He was set to be released this morning at 8 o'clock, but thankfully the U.S. Attorney's Office filed a motion. Not sure when that is supposed to be heard, but he will stay in jail until the end of that hearing. Judge Christopher Baker granted the release, stating the detective would be confined to his home and monitored electronically. Lugo's wife, who was in court with him, is also a BPD detective. She agreed to remove all the firearms from their house and have sole control over the Wi-Fi and all electronic devices. Why this woman is still with this man, I have no idea. No idea. And he also has kids with an ex-wife who has agreed to let him have supervised visits, which is also crazy to me. I'm sorry, it is. Yeah, I understand kids need their parents, kids need their dad, yes. But I also understand that there's a point where it comes, do my kids need this dad? Do they need this father figure in their life? Which is the less unhealthy? Having my child's father who, and we have to say allegedly, is potentially a child predator. Do I want that person around my kids? Does the reward outweigh the risk of allowing that father in that child's life? I would say no in this case. But she's allowed it. The assistant U.S. Attorney, Luke Batty, says the government believes that there is no condition that can be meaningfully put in place that can be reasonably assure the safety of the community and minors online, that Lugo should be detained until the disposition of this case. The motion from the U.S. Attorney's Office also says the detective's technological savvy makes it impossible to confirm he's complying with the conditions of his release, which include no internet access. He's already proven that he's using hidden apps, that it took the U.S. Secret Service to break into his phone to discover images. This guy is a police detective that know that it's his job to find the very people that he is. I mean, talk about the fox guarding the hen house. Unbelievable. I hope they don't let this guy out of jail. I really don't. I get it. Fair trial and presumed innocent until found guilty, but not when it comes to kids. I got issue. Got to take a break. On the other side, we'll talk to Christian Romo, chair of the Kern County Democratic Party, about last night's elections.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The Federal Aviation Administration announced Wednesday that it will reduce air traffic by 10% across 40 high-volume markets beginning Friday morning to maintain safety during the ongoing government shutdown. The agency is confronting staff shortages caused by air traffic controllers who are working unpaid, with some calling out of work during the shutdown, resulting in delays across the country. Federal investigators say a UPS cargo plane's left wing caught fire and its engine fell off just before a fireball crash after takeoff in Kentucky. The crash and fire Tuesday destroyed the plane and spread to nearby businesses in Louisville. Authorities say at least 11 people died and others are missing. More details at srnnews.com.
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
I'm Bill Robbins. Former Cal State Bakersfield Athletic Director Kyle Condor has filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles County. According to Condor, CSUB administrators have mishandled sexual assault allegations, and they fired him as retaliation for speaking out. There have been 3 separate sexual scandals at Cal State Bakersfield. According to Condor's lawsuit, they're all connected. The first scandal involved 2 former softball players' alleged harassment, assault, and abuse. Police from Cal City are on the lookout for a missing 14-year-old boy last seen yesterday in Mojave. Roman Lopez was seen leaving a home on Carroll Street at around 6 p.m. Tuesday. He's described as 5'9", thin-built with black hair and brown eyes. Anyone who knows anything is asked to call Cal City Police. I'm Bill Robbins in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour or when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
California Fruit Depot has invited us back to advertise after their wildly successful free lemon promotion that we did last time.
Back here once again.
I don't know if you know this, but we were considered for nomination for a Marconi Radio Excellence Award for our last spot.
No way.
California Fruit Depot, they invited us back to let people know about Falltoberfest.
Falltoberfest.
Yes. First of all, I think if you put fest at the end of anything, it sounds more inviting and more welcoming. It's going to be a good time.
You know,
I think everyone will enjoy it. It's kind of a place where you can get your picture taken with a fall scene. You can play cornhole, more of a static display. But at the same time, come on out, get yourself a shake like you're enjoying right now.
Delicious.
Fresh squeezed orange juice, smoothies of all different flavors.
How do we get there?
Taken just like last time. We're out in the Edison, south side of 58, exit 119, which is 911 backwards. And we're on Red Bank Road. Google us, please. Listen, if you can't use to get to us, we don't need you.
We don't want you.
Do you have a problem with Maroon 5?
Not at all.
A lot of people do. Maroon 5 or Coldplay?
Kiss Cam.
Google us at calfruitdepot.com.
Before you hit the road for the holidays, make sure your car is ready for the journey. Kern Oil Change keeps your engine running smooth and your family safe. No appointments needed. Just drive in and their fast, friendly team will get you back on the road in.
Let's see. Lugo has been released. I just read that he has not. I thought he was on house arrest. No, the story I read said he was still in jail and that he would remain in custody until Mark Lugo, who was granted release Tuesday, will remain in custody until the motion is reviewed by another court. A hearing date for that motion wasn't listed as of this morning, but I haven't looked into that. Not Rodriguez and Associates. Daniel Rodriguez is my third, Mr. Agri. Daniel Rodriguez is probably my third, but you got to go with HA, the Bulldog, first. The pinstripe suit, walks into the courtroom. Case closed. Case closed. I mean, you see what he's doing with Zach Scrivener. You kidding me? Yeah. The first call I make, HA. Then the next call I make, David Torres. Just saying. And if you can put them together, it's like OJ.
Focus is for not just the economy, but immigration and other national issues on Plan Money.
Live 9 to noon, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. The Charlie Kirk Show, weekdays at 6 p.m. on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the JR Show.
Black days fell on black days. Feels like a black day today. My goodness, after last night's results from the elections, not only here in the state of California, but across the nation and New York. Mondani is going to win that race to become mayor. And I thought is our guy on the phone yet? No, Christian? Oh, he is on the phone. And then I'll reserve my next comment until after he gets off. Good afternoon, Mr. Romo, chair of the Kern County Democratic Party. I bet you're elated today, aren't you, sir? No, well, no, because okay, I'll say it. Mondani, right, is become the mayor of New York. Now, I don't follow national politics that much to go, okay, Mondani. I know what I hear about him, and I've seen clips of things that he has said, whether it be about police or the Jewish community, and it just kind of makes me go, okay, wait a second now, step back. But I see here people locally, elected officials that support him. That's all. Yeah. It's not Kern County.
I think actually Kern County is representative of the rest of America. I mean, honestly, the agriculture, oil, blue collar, working class, that is America. New York City, it's getting more and more expensive to live in, and so I don't think that's really representative of the rest of the nation. I think that race, it's interesting. People are asking me, is this the future of the Democratic Party? We'll have to wait and see. I think it really is more of a momentum of people want change. People want younger people in office. I think that applies to both parties. People want someone with energy. They want someone that relates to working class people. Mondani, it looks like he connects with them. He had the message of I'm going to work for everyday people, and we'll see what that looks like. And getting elected is hard, but actually getting things done and passed is even harder. So we'll have to wait and see how he actually legislates, and it's going to be tough. But we'll have to see how that goes. And I would stop short of saying that's the future of the Democratic Party. I don't know if that's the case.
Thank you.
Just because he won one election in New York City.
Well, and New York is out there. I mean, come on, they give you people like AOC and all these other far left of the party. And there's far on both sides of the party. So I'm not just saying that about the Democrats, but New York is a little special. We'll just say that it's kind of like it's kind of like Florida. It's a little special.
Unique.
But California, nonetheless, is unique and special in their own way. And we had a special election for Prop 50 to put to the voters to redraw the lines, take the power away from the independent council, give it back to the legislature for the next two rounds of congressional district maps. And so here we are. It looks like Christian Romo, my friend, I dropped my ballot off at 7:55 right in front of your office.
Oh gosh, yeah, you really cut it close, didn't you?
I did, but 15 minutes later, before I even got home, an alert got sent to my phone that said it's already passed. I was like, I just dropped it off, like literally before it even started.
Before it started, yeah. I mean, well, you said black day. I always say blue day. That applies to the Dodgers too.
There you go.
The Dodgers won this week.
We can
Democrats won this week. It's blue. The whole week is blue.
I'm not gonna let you steal the Dodgers and mix them with the Democrat political on me. That's a good one though.
It was a referendum on Trump, and I know Trump is livid this morning, saying I wasn't on the ballot. Your name wasn't on the ballot, but your policies were, sir.
Well, that's the way that the Democrats. That's the way the Democrats at least pushed it and posed it, and they did a very, very good job with their messaging.
Yeah. No, I was actually surprised when I talked to voters. They said, well, Prop 50, we got to fight to take back the country. We got to beat Trump, and I'm not going to argue with that, but I was like, that's not what the proposition's for. But yeah, sure. This is to redraw the lines, to fight back Texas. I mean, those are the details. That's the machinations of it. But I will say the party and Newsom, I'll give it to him. I don't always agree with him, but I'll give it to him. This one, he had a very good communicative style and messaging, and marketing around this proposition to say we're fighting back against Trump's policies. Now, we still got to win elections. We redrew lines. That's great, for my party, but you still got to win. We'll see how these how these races go.
That's what I said yesterday. I said, look, I shouldn't tell you guys it's going to pass. It looks like it's going to pass. I hadn't even dropped off my ballot at that point. And I said, I'm not doing it to discourage you. If anything, I'm encouraging you to go and vote. Go drop it off still. But even this thing is going to pass, Democrats still have to win. They still have to go out and win congressional races. And they have to do it now where they have brought in voters who don't necessarily agree with them. I mean, when you look at Orange County alone and how conservative they voted not to raise the LGBTQ flag. You know what I mean? They are MAGA County, and now they're going to have a representative in Congress who is anti-Trump.
Yeah. Well,
and how does he win those voters? How does he go to those people and say, look, vote for me. I can still represent you.
Yeah. I mean, and we have that. We don't even have to go that far. It's right here in our backyard. CD22, David Valadeo. It's a Democratic seat already. It's not like we're picking up on that one. That one was already drawn out to be a Democratic seat. He won a few times now. He's only lost once and still, was able to come back and beat that guy and get back into office. So, although the numbers are way more in our favor, I will say, it's all about getting that Democratic Party turnout. And in the midterm, that's hard. But what I really want to see at the end of when we're done counting all the ballots, and we're counting them legally and fairly and transparently, when we're done with all that, I want to see what was the Latino turnout, what was the young people turnout, and did people actually vote in CD22, one of our biggest toss-up seats in the nation? Did people come out in stronger numbers than we expected? And it looks like they did for a special election. I mean, it's not huge numbers, but it's more than expected. And how did they vote? Was it a huge number of Republicans that came out? Was it a huge number of Democrats? Are these new voters, old voters? I would like to see those numbers. It's a little too soon to tell, but my guess, what my gut says, is that we got a huge push of just, that base of Democrats that came out and voted. The people that vote for sure every time, but maybe we picked up a couple people who were just inspired or really just mad about the Trump administration, and we got those to come out. And then, I will say Latinos, they voted for Trump in the last election. That's not a secret. And I'd like to see if they're still sticking with him and if they voted no on Prop 50. So that's going to be very interesting to see, because in CD22, it's a Latino majority and it's a Democratic majority. So we got to see how those numbers look like. And, the two candidates in that race right now, it's tricky. There's a Latino professor, and then there's a doctor, a South Indian or South Asian Indian doctor. So, we got to see. Healthcare's on the top of the list for priorities, and we got to see what that looks like.
Well, yeah, because it's like you said, I'm curious to also see what that turnout looks like, but it's how do you get them to vote again? Because this was a special election, and voter turnout in midterms aren't usually, special elections, Republicans suck. I'm just going to say it, Christian. Voter turnout for Republicans in special elections are terrible. Terrible. Yeah. It's terrible. They just don't do it. They only vote, it seems, when it's a presidential race. That's serious. They're terrible in the midterms. That's why they always lose. How do you get the turnout to maintain, to stay there? How do you get that voter to come back and vote again?
Well, so now Gavin Newsom is termed out. I know a lot of your viewers are going to be very happy about that, and I'm not going to disagree with some of that.
Yeah, and some other news. Alex Padilla said he's not running.
Yeah. So I did.
So the race is wide open.
The race is wide open. It's whoever's guess. I know I saw a poll recently that Antonio Villaraigosa is actually in the top at 19%, which isn't really high, but there's just so many people in the race. I think one of those candidates will draw some people out once we narrow it down. And then also just, again, that Trump momentum is, are things going to get better with the economy? I don't think so. I haven't seen it in the first year of his term. And he said he was going to fix things day one. Government still shut down, longest government shutdown in history. He's beating his own record. I don't think things will get that much better or significantly better for sure by the primary, but I don't think by the next, for the general next year, 1 year from now. And so I think that will drive enough people out to the polls, or, if it doesn't bring historic numbers, then it'll just allow people to say, I took a chance with Trump this one time, or these two times, I'm going to go with a different party and change my vote. So there's still a long way to go, and politics changes daily. Today we're talking about Prop 50, but 6 months from now we're going to forget what Prop 50 was. You know, I mean, that's just how fast the electorate works. And so it's anyone's guess of what priorities we're going to be talking about. But my guess is that we're going to be still talking about the economy, healthcare, and things that actually matter to people. You know, raising a family, having a good job, that kind of stuff, which is American issues. It shouldn't be a party issue. But
well, that's what I was going to. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Can you still win next in the midterm with Trump being lame duck and not being hopefully he won't win again, but he might find a way to run again. But with him not being able to, we believe, to run for president again, can you still run on being anti-Trump?
No, and that's a free for all, right? So you could say like we're gonna go against Trump. Well, there's no Trump anymore, right?
Right. The boogeyman is gone.
The boogeyman's gone, and we ran on that platform before with Kamala Harris. We said we're anti-Trump. You know, we're going to take him out. This is our last chance to take him out. We lost, and we lost by bigger numbers. And you know that's frankly because we didn't have the best candidate, I will say. And even if she's a smart woman, but you know she just didn't have a lot of time. But it wasn't the best candidate. We didn't go through a primary on the Democratic Party side to say who should we put up. You know, who should be our leader. We didn't do that. And so we will be doing this in 2028 after the midterms, and you know, we're going to see what that looks like. Gavin Newsom now is the guy, you know, all across America who's fighting back. And so maybe that's the guy. But I think when they start looking at his record in California of what he's done, and, you know, I think people are going to, you know, have a valid concern of what he's done. And we'll see how he does in the Midwestern states, the swing states. But he's definitely the front runner right now.
Yeah, he probably is.
For the Democratic Party.
Yeah. Yeah, I would. Well, I mean, it's a long way out. There's going to be a lot of names that come out. I mean, you still have Buttigieg in the conversation. Kamala might come back out. You're going to have other people. It's a long way until we get to 2028. Like a long way. Back to
throw your name in there.
Why not, JR?
JR for president.
Yeah, why not, JR? Back to Prop 50 real quick. How do you know how much it changed here in 22 in Congressional District 22? The map, at least.
It jumped about, I think it's 5% increase of Democrats.
All right.
Yeah, I believe that's the number. I don't have it on top of my head, but I believe it's about 5%, for sure, less than 10%.
And do you know that whether or not in the scheme of things, whether those are high propensity voters or because that matters. You can move a line, but if it's like, oh, Democrats who are registered but never vote, it doesn't matter if you move the line this far. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and honestly, if they win more Democrat, win more Latino, but I'll be the first one to say we had a problem with Latinos last election, and Latino Democrats voted for Trump. I mean, we saw it. I hate to say it, I hate to admit it, but we lost them. I hope to get them back in the next election. We got to prove that we're going to be working for Latinos and working class families as the Democratic Party. That needs to be our message. But you know, just because you move the numbers doesn't mean that those people are going to actually, to your point, come out and vote and then vote in my favor. You know, it's a toss up, and it all comes down to the candidate and their messaging and can they connect with the voters. But it's also, I mean, sometimes some of that is out of their control. I mean, we saw Rudy Salas ran a solid campaign, raised a lot of money. You know, did what he had to do on paper, but it was a national sentiment. There was just an anti-establishment Democrat sentiment that we just couldn't overcome. You know, whether you want to blame that on Kamala Harris or Joe Biden or whoever for the Democratic Party side, it's just a national sentiment that wasn't just here in Kern County; it was all across the nation. I mean, Kamala Harris lost every swing state, and you know, we have to reflect on that and see why. But last night, Prop 50 in California overwhelmingly won, and I think that's giving the Democratic Party the boost it needs, the boost in the arm, and it's giving us the energy we need to get back out there with our message and kind of take back the conversation. And we're not the losers. We're not trying to be the boogeyman anymore. We need to actually produce results, and the Democrats had a clean sweep of everything.
Or it could backfire and reignite the Republican Party here in California to get out and actually do something.
Yeah, it could.
You never know.
I mean, that's the same way that because Democrats went so big in California. You're right. I mean, we could have a huge push for one of the Republican candidates, the sheriff from Riverside or Mr. Hilton down in Orange County, and we'll see what that looks like. Right now, the polls show Antonio Villaraigosa, number 1. Number 2 is actually the sheriff in Riverside, and then I think 3 is Katie Porter, one of the other ones. But it's still a possibility that it's not going to be a Dem on Dem gubernatorial election. It could still be a Dem versus Republican. We'll have to wait and see.
We shall have to wait and see, and we'll bring you in and discuss that as we get closer as well. Want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you guys are down there at the fairgrounds passing out food, right, with Cap K?
Yeah, we're still out there. Shutdown's still going on, like I said. So we, as long as that's going on, we're going to be out at the fairgrounds. That's 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Any person with an EBT card that needs some food, needs to get fed. I know the holidays are coming up. They could go to the fairgrounds. It's Bell Terrace in South Peak, gate 31, to get some food. You just have to bring your EBT card, present that, and we'll get you some food. We'll try to get you in and out of there really quick. And then if you need anything else, you could go to capk.org/shutdown for more information. But we're just, trying to help some families in need.
And if you want to get out and volunteer, they also need volunteers to get out there and help feed your neighbors. Again, thanks, Christian, for coming on. I will see you tonight. I'm not sure what time dinner starts. Do you remember?
I don't. I was hoping you were going to take the lead in the group chat.
Yeah, I'll get that figured out. I'll ask Uncle Mike, and I'll let you guys know.
All right, I'll see you guys tonight.
All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Christian Romo, he is the chair of the Kern County Democratic Party, taking a victory lap after Prop 50 passes last night in Kern County. I'll share with you those numbers, which kind of prove my point of that we're going to really have a big misrepresentation in Congress. I'll explain after the break. Plus, I still have a pair of tickets to Megyn Kelly to give away. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Thursday's Armstrong and Getty Show, maybe the biggest economic story on the planet this year, has been Trump's tariffs. And the Supreme Court may decide, yeah, he can't do that. We'll have the highlights of the oral arguments.
And ICE has started to go after illegal alien commercial truck drivers. You're not going to believe how many they've found and rounded up. That and the news of the day on the next Armstrong and Getty Show.
Weekdays noon to 2 on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Attention, Medicare beneficiaries here in Kern County. If you are eligible for Medicare and looking for a doctor who listens and cares about you with minimal wait times and prompt referral authorizations, it's time you learned about QualCare IPA. QualCare IPA contracts with most Medicare Advantage health plans and provides you with access to a large network of outstanding doctors and quality hospitals right here in Kern County. Medicare Advantage health plans go beyond original Medicare benefits coverage, and understanding these coverage differences may be confusing. Call us today at 661-554-4544. Let us help you understand your healthcare options for 2025. Call today, 661-554-4544. That's 661-554-4544. Get the information you need and the coverage you deserve. For accommodations of persons with special needs at meetings, call 661-554-4544, TTY 711.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-285-2521. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information,
I am supposed to have an interview tomorrow, a Zoom interview tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock with Secretary of State, Dr. Shirley Weber. It's a Zoom meeting in which they'll record the Zoom meeting. They're not doing them live. And after it is over, they will send me the interview. Yeah. This interview is part of the post-election media tour following the November. I probably get in trouble for telling you guys this. Following the November 4th, 2025 special election, the goal is to provide an opportunity for Kern Radio to discuss election results verification, turnout, and public confidence. I want to ask her, how does my vote get counted so fast? And I know she's going to say, well, that's not official. That's just the media calling it. We have 30 blah, blah, blah days to make it official. But how 15 minutes after I turn in my ballot, I'm already getting a notification? That's what I want to know, Miss Weber. But they already said I can't talk about a bunch of things. And I'm questioning whether or not I even want to do the interview. What do you guys think? We're going to talk some mess. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com. Download the Kern Radio app. Check us out on YouTube. Go to YouTube, search up Kern Radio, Facebook, Instagram, and X, Kern Radio. I'm also there, JR Flores, or why not JR. I'm scheduled tomorrow morning to have a Zoom interview with Secretary of State Dr. Shirley Weber. I was sent an email that had a request if I wanted to be a part of this interview tour, and I put in a date and I got a time, and then they said, well, it's a Zoom meeting. We're not doing live meetings or live. It's a Zoom interview. We're not doing them live, and we'll send you the interview after they're all completed. So I don't know if that means I can't record the interview portion on my end. Am I going to get the complete interview back, or is it going to be CBS edited? See what I did there? See what I slid that right in. And then they tell me this interview is, and I'll probably get in trouble for sharing the details of what this interview is supposed to be, but I don't care. And you guys know that. You can stop sending me interview requests, whatever. The interview is part of the post-election media tour following the November 4th, 2025 special election. The goal is to provide an opportunity for Kern Radio, and they didn't say any of this before they asked for the request of interview. Kern Radio to discuss election results verification, turnout, and public confidence in California's secure and transparent election process. Interview objective: to reinforce trust and transparency in post-election procedures by focusing on explaining what happens after election day, ballot counting, signature verification, Note, the secretary will not address Proposition 50 or any ballot measures. Here are topics the reporter can ask about. What are you thinking about the cover for this interview? It is really important that we do not ask Dr. Weber anything related to Prop 50. Dr. Weber will only discuss voter information and anything related to the voting process and security. Well, Dr. Weber, the only thing I really want to know is how the heck do I drop off my ballot at 7:55 and before I even pull into my garage 15 minutes later, am I getting a notification on my phone that's saying the election is over and the ballot measure has passed? How do they, and I know what she's going to say, well, that's not the official ballot. That's not the official. That's just media. We don't officially call the race. We have 30 days. So on December 12th, that's when we have the time to officially, shut up. I'm questioning whether I even want to do this interview. If you guys have questions for Dr. Weber, send them in, jr@kernradio.com. Got to get out of here for the day. Make room for the Ralph Bailey Show. It's a Wednesday. Mr. Howard Marcus, former federal agent, stops by. I'm sure they'll discuss yesterday's elections. Join us tomorrow, won't you? This is the JR Show. Ralph says I turned my headphones on too loud. Sometimes when I unplug in his, they're all right in his ear. But I'm deaf.
Keith Peters
So I
in
need them
Washington. The White House has reacted to Tuesday's
Do it.
election.
They'll edit it anyways. Do it for the people. Sounds hokey. Do the interview.
Democratic Socialist Zoran Mamdani was elected mayor of New York City.
Yeah, I'll probably do the interview and I'll probably get in trouble. But
negative.
It'll be fun. So listen for it tomorrow. Hopefully they send it before the show's over. And we'll
Senate
play
Minority
it for you
Leader
tomorrow.
Chuck Schumer. It was a 5-alarm
good out
fire
there.
for Donald Trump. The Republicans' high-cost House